Well, hello and welcome, rookie card collecting friends. My name is Victor, and today I'm going to be talking about the ever popular 2024 Topps Chrome basketball. Uh, just recently announced by Fanatics that they're going to be releasing come June of 2024. Now, I don't want to come off too negative, but my thing is, I don't want to come off too positive either. I will be honest with you and say that I think Victor Wembanyama is one of those guys. He is a generational talent. I've been watching this young man, and when I consider his size and his athleticism, and when I consider his age and what I've actually seen him do this year and his defensive strategy to the game, I think he has all the tools to be one of the greats of the game. And I am excited for this young man. I will, in the off season, I'm hoping prices will come down a little bit because I do plan on picking up his rookie cards. And so really have a lot to look forward to with this man. I find him to be an exciting athlete to watch. And so I'm pursuing that. But to be perfectly honest with you, all of this sounds and seems, it just comes off like a money grab. And here's why I say that. It seems like every time there is a sniff of an athlete becoming a generational talent, historically speaking now, anytime there is an athlete that gives off this indicator that he's going to be a generational talent, card manufacturers will mass produce product and gimmick cards for this particular player. And this is how come. Why do they do that? Because whatever he's in is going to sell. And I think that is my biggest rub on all of this is that it's the same circus, but different clowns. It's a cash grab, a money grab, and it's an unfortunate or fortunate, depending on where you're coming from, right? But I've seen this before, especially if you look at the history back in 2001 with the likes of Albert Pujols and Ichiro Suzuki, and we can even include LeBron James back in 2003. But there was an indication that these guys are year one, they're going to be Hall of Famers, that they're going to be top-notch ball players, and you just saw all the gimmicks that were done back then, all the additional products that were released, all the little gimmick cards that were produced. They were printing money when it came to these athletes back then, and it's no different from what I'm seeing today. Putting it another way, this chaos for cash philosophy goes into full bloom the moment there's an indication of a generational talent emerging. And here's the danger. Here's what I've noticed. It seems like just about every product that Fanatics releases comes with a very high level of marketing, a very high level of hype. And what I'm starting to notice is that they are trying to grab these main YouTube influencers, right? The guys with the really big channels and a lot of influence, and they get them to buy in. And then they're getting local card stores and breakers. They're trying to get them to buy in as well. But it's one of them things where I feel like it's very corporate-y. It's very they give these guys like an ultimatum, right? And it's one of them things where you scratch my back and I'll scratch yours. And I'm not blaming these business owners at all. I mean, I get it. They're a small business. They're trying to grow their business. And when Fanatics taps them on the shoulders to come on board, they're going to be excited about that. They're going to generate a lot of excitement themselves because they're trying to grow their business. So I get that side of it, and I can extend a lot of grace to local card shops and to breakers and even the YouTube channels. But here's the thing. What choice do these guys really have? This corporate vibe that is being released out there, just to me, it really gives these folks kind of like you're going to get on board with this or you're out type of situation. And here's the thing. It's a business strategy. It's what they do. The corporations come in, they get you to buy in, and if you don't buy in, you're out. And if If you just slip up one little thing that they don't like, if they don't like what you said, if they don't like what color shirt you're wearing, if they just don't like you for whatever reason, you're going to be out in an instant, and because they have a slew of other people ready to take your place. And that's how these corporations work. They're almost going to become a slave to fanatics. I've seen this many, many times in my 30 years of working at my job. It's one of them. I've survived two corporate takeovers, and it's the same circus, different clowns. And because of these tactics, the marketing and everything behind it, the hype that's generated just comes off phony. There's just the fakeness to it all. And it kind of reminds me of that old hip hop song back in 1988 by Public Enemy. I don't know if you guys remember it. It's Don't Believe the Hype. That was a very popular song back in the day. But it's one of them things. I share the same sentiment about unlicensed product. You guys, we have to see through this. This is a pig with lipstick on. Okay. This is a watered down version of Topps Chrome. In the same vein, we've had Topps Chrome Overtime Elite, and we've had Topps Chrome McDonald's All-American. How are these products doing? They're bringing back Topps Chrome basketball, but this ain't it, Chief. This is a watered down, defiled version of what Topps Chrome basketball truly is. I just wish Fanatics would have waited until next year when they have full control of the licenses. I just know, card manufacturers have been trying to push unlicensed product on us for decades, and it just never takes off. I wish they would just stop already. Now, is there a niche market for it? Absolutely. There are people that enjoy that type of product, but the overall consensus in the hobby is that they prefer their cards to be licensed. And it's just one of them things where, man, why did you have to do it with Topps Chrome basketball? Oh, our expectations were so high, and I just feel like we've been really let down, all for a cash grab. And that's how come I feel like this is a cash grab. Allow me to say this. If you're finding value or entertainment in this video, please consider subscribing, or at the very least, tapping that like button. Now, let's talk about the Wemby autograph, right? Because that just seems to get all of the attention. It's like, no, there's like blinders on, and all we see is the Wemby autograph. And I get it. I get it. I really do. Couple of things though on that is, since we didn't see a checklist, what are we looking at here really with the Wemby? Is it a one of one? Did he sign 99 of them? Did he sign 1,000 of them? Nobody really knows. Nobody really knows. Nobody has seen a checklist. Nobody knows what the other cards in this product look like. It probably doesn't matter, because everything else is probably going to be fluff. And all we're worried about are the autograph hits. Here's the second thing that I'm taking issue with, is that an autograph or a signature has never been a prerequisite of a true rookie card. It's not necessary. But you know what is necessary? 2 licenses. A rookie card should be licensed by the Players Association, and it should be licensed by the league. But the PA seems to be operating more like a cartel than a union organization representing their members. Now, I know what I just said is a bit dramatic. I'm going to totally admit that. And I'm going to totally admit that where I'm getting ready to go next is also overly dramatic. But just hear me out, because I think it's, when you start to think of things, it kind of makes sense in the grand scheme of things. What I want to show you is, I want to show you the definition of the word cartel. An international syndicate, combine, or trust formed especially to regulate prices and output in some field of business. Here's a second definition of the word cartel: a coalition of political or special interest groups having a common cause as to encourage the passage of a certain law. Listen to the synonyms of the word cartel. It's a conglomerate, consortium, a corporation, a gang, holding company, mob, monopoly, ring, syndicate. Those are the synonyms for the word cartel. And I believe that the Players Association is behaving, is giving. I'm not saying that they are, because I don't want to accuse nobody of nothing. And I admit it that I'm being overly dramatic. But what I am saying is that their behavior gives off a vibe, to me anyways, of a cartel. This operation seems corrupt. I wrote some questions down, and here are some questions that I wish the PA could answer for me. How many of the athletes that you represent actually enjoy signing thousands of sports cards for your business partners? How many actually regret signing deals with your business partners? Hashtag Marvin Harrison Jr. How many grievances have you received about the demands that your business partners are putting on athletes? Why couldn't you, PA, fulfill your contractual obligation with Panini? Why? Because you sold out. You sold your soul to the devil, and you're pimping your members to fill your pockets. Yeah, this deal with Fanatics puts more money in your members' pockets, but you know why? Because you had to. I would encourage the NBA Players Association to go talk to Evan Kaplan. He's the head guy over there at the MLBPA. Ask him, hey, in 2006, why did you guys even get involved? What was all that about? If he stays true to the press release, what he's going to tell you is that they got involved because they had to get rid of consumer confusion about rookie cards. He's going to tell you that they got involved because they had to rid the hobby of rookie card shenanigans. Yet here we are again doing exactly why the PA got involved to begin with, because of this type of stuff that Fanatics is doing. I would argue that a rookie card that is not fully licensed is not a rookie card at all. Where do I get such a ludicrous idea? I get it from the Players Association. And why do I follow that? Oh, that's baseball. This is basketball. That doesn't matter. Nonsense. It does matter. And here's another thing. The reason why I follow it, the reason why I abide by it, is because it makes sense. It's a standard that is just. It's a standard that is logical. It's a standard that is necessary. And this is how come I abide by it. It's a principle that encompasses all areas. It doesn't matter who, what, when, where, or why. What matters is the principle, the standard to abide by. And that's how I live my life in every facet. That's how I hobby. This is how come I believe that this rookie card logo that's on this Wemby card is inappropriate. That has no business being there, in my opinion. Now, an RY designation, they can put that on there because a rookie card should be a card that fully complies with the standards. And if it doesn't, we should create another designation for that type of card. That's how come I have always gleaned more towards an RY designation for this type of card. It's a rookie year card. It's a card that was released in his rookie year, but it falls a little short when it comes to compliance of the standards. This is why I believe we need a set of principles to follow, a standard that complies not only with the hobby historical standards and the PA standards, but also would be beneficial and helpful to the future novice collectors coming in. I will continue to hobby this way. I will continue to hobby by a set of standards and principles, regardless of what the hype machine wants to feed me this week, regardless whether you disagree with me or you agree with me. I stand on standards and principles. I don't care what they print. I will filter the cards through the rookie card guidelines and best practices, and I will funnel them and label them appropriately for the sake of clarity. And why does this even matter? Because, my friends, not all rookie cards are created equal. Don't believe the hype. Until next time, buenos nachos, muchachos.
The true Jordan rookie from 1985.
Bullshit.